Whoa, okay, when you get out on the roof, it really highlights how fast we're going.
Iron Beast is just setting the car flying. There's no way that you can troll past me like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Iron Beast.
Yeah, bloody Beast. This thing is come flying past.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Tommy the Iron Beast. Today we're looking at a really cool mod. This is a Formula Truck mod for ETS2 and ATS. As you can see here, the mod is made by Zhao Gamer. So I've not heard of that modder before. Pretty cool mod. 10 racing trucks in one mod. The mod even comes with a separate skin folder so that you can skin these up. Obviously the mod itself is locked and I don't blame him. Let's get straight into the game and check out this mod. We're going to be doing a little bit of quick speed testing today just to get an idea how the truck actually runs. So there's an Iveco there. As you can see up the side here, there are a lot of different types of trucks. And it's a pretty cool mod, like with the front air dam splitter and all the bits and pieces. Huge wheels. They're even bigger than my Diablo rims that I've run. So the fifth wheel on these trucks actually works. It doesn't collide with the trailers as such, but the guards just disappear under the trailer when you're turning corners and stuff. But it fits fine, and I have pulled a couple of trailers in these trucks. Just one chassis for most of these trucks. I'm in the 3,000 horsepower engine. We're matching up the trans that he's got in here for that engine. Everything else is pretty standard, and if we get inside the truck, it looks pretty cool. Look at that, roll cage detail, and I guess that's an air dam or something coming down into the over the engine there. Minimalistic gauges, but I love the detail, and it has that sort of raw and rough kind of look. On the outside, not too many options really, but you don't need options. It's a racing truck. So anyway, guys, let's get in there, and what we're going to do is we're going to run down to Los Cruces, or whatever you call it. To our Los Cruces, guys, let's shoot down to San Simon here to this gas station. That's going to be a quick run. 230 Ks, so hopefully the game timer itself is fine. So that's all we're going to run off, because as I say, I don't have a timer app as such yet. But if you know anything, please put it in the comments below. Let's take a look at the outside of this truck and then let's go for a quick run. So really nice looking truck, good detail. I really like the truck. I'm definitely going to skin this out, racing edition version of the Iron Beast skin, and maybe I'll get in touch with some of my VTC clients as well and see if they want a branded version for their VTC. Something cool to do. Maybe we have a drag race convoy or something like that, just pulling a light trailer. But yeah, cool truck. Start it up. Pretty quiet really. Definitely got its own sound to it. And of course, some of the model trucks you choose have got like more engine detail at the back there with all the cylinders and bits and pieces. Well, is that big exhaust coming straight off the turbo there, single turbo. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So let us go for a run and see how this bad girl drives, shall we? We'll just back up from that fire rack. This is going to be interesting. So we've got Friday 10:24 AM. Doesn't feel like 3,000 horsepower. Probably not the best situation to race this truck, because I'm still getting used to the truck itself. It's definitely got a lot of torque. I mean, this would be light. I mean, it's a single axle drive truck and it's a race truck, so it would be pretty light. It's interesting because it's not overly fast yet. But it does feel controllable. That's the cool thing about it. There are so many trucks that people mod up and just mod the power figures and stuff in the SII files, and you know, they're not drivable. They're just so fast, and the torque's all wrong. You know, people aren't mapping the torque curves properly, or it's not matched to the trans, and it just goes crazy. But this is drivable. I mean, we've got wheel shutter going on here. You know, we've got some speed wobble happening against the cab, which I don't think would probably be happening in a properly tuned racetrack. But you can even see in the rear view mirror there on that rear view cam, you can see the spoiler sort of moving around in the wind there as well. And I can feel this through the wheel, but the truck's light, like compared to other trucks I drive. The feedback on the wheel is light, but we are getting a constant sort of speed wobble shutter. But this thing's moving and it's nice. So let's dare to get out on the roof. Whoa, okay, when you get out on the roof, it really highlights how fast we're going. definitely a nice track, and it's got very sharp turning. Like at the moment, like you can see here, very slight shift on the wheel. Got quick, you know, sort of response, just sharp turning. And I guess you're going to have that because it's a racetrack, but you can see that cab moving around there, just sort of shuddering around. And that's a pretty cool effect. You know, all goes more toward making it feel like sort of a racetrack. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Even the engine sounds nice, and that handling's good. Like, a bit of body roll there, but when we just went around a corner at a couple of 100 k's on a normal road, pretty good. I actually like this track. It's really cool. The engine doesn't sound like it's getting carried away. It's sort of idling more like you'd expect the normal diesel engine to idle. You know, it's not like over revving. Sort of feels like or sounds like it might be doing maybe 2800 or something revs. It doesn't seem too high. A little bit hard to tell because I've got my headset turned down a bit. It distracts me when I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, a little bit of body roll, but it is sticking to that road well. Cool. I can see why he's locked up the mod, because I'd like to have a quick look at the defs and things and just see how he's achieving such good handling for only a rear-wheel drive track. You know? I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, I know that's a racetrack and it's got an air dam on the front and all that, but I didn't think the game sort of acknowledged that kind of physics as such. So the fact that it's yeah, the fact that it's actually handling like a racetrack is pretty cool. Obviously heaps of torque in these taller top gears, and we're already here. Wow, that was awesome. Redline that engine a bit. And wow, so that was nice. Stops on a dime, obviously. And yeah, very cool track. Very cool track. So I'd have to go back when I'm editing this video to see what time we had on the game time when we started this run, but it's pretty impressive. Let's have another look. And it looks cool, doesn't it? Just the racing livery on a track. I mean, that's awesome. So we've got a Formula racing track on the road. Obviously that air dam probably would have got ripped off, the air dam air splitter, but it didn't because we're just doing a flat run. So I think let's get straight into the battle track now and see how we go. So I'll be able to have a look at these times in the video back in the game when I'm editing, and we'll see what kind of timings we did. So I'll put a summary there and then we'll compare them side by side. So the contender today, my battle track accessory built over the W900. You can see I've closed off the back of the cab there because I haven't modelled the battle station inside the truck yet. This truck was based off a New Zealand movie, old school movie. The truck was harsh and harshly built, and it was supposed to be because it was a post-apocalyptic sort of movie setting. This looks pretty close to the movie track, and yet I've got previous videos about that track if you want to see what the track looked like. We're running my Caterpillar 3412. I made this a couple of weeks ago. These are the real-life specs for the engine: 1500 horsepower, 4,000 foot-pound of torque. Yep, absolute beast. We've matched it to my 15-speed trans, so it's a little bit slower. Apart from that, she's a heavy beast. I mean, and we've got all-wheel drive here for that power. Big wheel mod on there, so it's heavy. So anyway, we're in, we've got the right engine, let's drive it, and we'll shoot down to Las Cruces and we'll do the same run. But yeah, all in all, I'm very impressed with the way that Formula truck drove. Very cool. There we go, bit of lope there, guys. There's our big beast. So we've got half the amount of power. So realistically, it should take us somewhere between twice as long and faster to do the same trip in the battle truck because the engine's only half power. Alright, here we are in Las Cruces. We are good to go. There's that annoying tire rack thing in our way again. Absolute beast. Let's have a listen to our track. Yeah, I love it. Love the engine. I sort of made the sound a little bit dirtier. I modelled the sound straight off videos of people's 3412 engines, but because the Caterpillars all sound the same regardless of what bloody model you've got, the 3412 was almost a little bit kind of unimpressive, so I took these sounds off a video I saw of a Peterbilt with 3412 accelerating under load, and those are the sounds I used just to give it a bit more grunt. Changed the turbo sounds a bit and gave it a lope as well, and that lope idles off another Caterpillar open pipe loping as well. But anyway, let's get in the track, check our times, and let's go for the run. Let's do it. Okay, we've got our time, Friday 11:36, and let's go. again my fast track, but what I do like about it is I built it drivable. So the same way that Formula Track's quite drivable, I've made this engine drivable because I did try and model it off the real spec engine. So you can see already we're like a long way behind in speed. Wow, okay. So we are very slow compared to the racetrack. We're not that slow actually for a truck. We're definitely slow compared to that racetrack. But this is a heavy beast. Like I say, this is like going to be probably triple the weight of the racetrack as well. And we're at half the power. It's taking us a long time to get up to speed. It's not until you get back into these other tracks that you realize how fast that Formula truck was. Pretty cool. It's taking us a long time to wind up to speed. A lot of that's probably to do with the gearing on this trans as well. This is a slower trans specifically for hauling in the battle track and controlling the power of whatever engine I put in there. No excuses though, it is what it is. We're a long way off the speed of that racetrack. But the driving experience is more back to like, yeah, she's a beast, look at that, absolute beast. Battle track's a monster. Battle track's a monster. Going off the road. Get back in and drive it. So we're not going to reach the same kind of top speed. I think we're pretty much maxing out. We're definitely maxing out on our torque. But we're in top gear, and I think the Formula truck was up around 280 at top. And so we're only just crawling up to that now. It's taking us half the trip to do that. So we're a lot slower, but I do love this battle truck. It's a beast, and it can haul. And the way I've set it up with the all-wheel drive, as you can see, we're coming around that corner. Get some decent speed. 270 around that corner, no problem. Got some custom sounds in there, obviously, as you do when you're making engines. I'm not a pro at making engines as such, but just listening to the other engines in game and stuff and trying to recreate that. You know, we've got the button off noise on the turbo. You can hear that sort of buttoning off when you take it off the gas. So we've got all those kind of custom turbo whistles and bits in there for this engine. But again, there's the benefit of the all-wheel drive. It's such a heavy beast, man. It's been around there really easy. Really easy. Whoa, we came in a little bit fast there, but we made it. So there we go, 12:37. That's the mighty Caterpillar 3412. So, okay guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, check those in-game times when I edit this video up, and then I'll put a quick summary and text there. But all in all, that Formula truck is definitely cool, handles well, it's very fast, it's a super cool mod, especially that it comes with a skin edit pack there. You can skin it up yourself and put your own colours on it. And those things all add up to make it a fun and interesting mod. The fact that it can still pull trailers, but I have a feeling that with the 1500 horsepower engine, it's probably going to perform similar to this 1500 horsepower Caterpillar engine. But with the 3000 horsepower engine, I think you'd be doing some pretty fast hauling. But anyway guys, stay tuned because I'm going to keep running series and pitting that Formula truck up against my other different custom engines and anything else I can find in the game as well. Should be a fun little series to do. So without comparing times, we know that the Formula truck has beaten the battle truck in this particular instance, but again, you've got a huge heavy beast, armoured and all the rest of it, and an engine with half the power. So I think the battle truck still held out quite well, but definitely this round goes to the Formula truck. So great mod that. As I say, I'll put the links in the description below so you can check out that mod, pick it up. But that's all for me for now guys. Catch me back on the next round when we put up probably the battle truck in one of my other engines against again that Formula truck, and then move on to some other comparisons. That's all for me. I'm out. Till the next one. Take it easy.